Hey guys, this week in our App State Dynasty, we're going to be playing against Texas State in another conference matchup. We are projected to get the win as the better team overall, but their defense is pretty solid. I mean, they're like top 30 in quite a bit of their defensive stats. For visiting prospects, we have a few visiting prospects. We have an outside linebacker, Dennis Casey. We have Fabian Willis, the athlete, who looks like he's going to be a corner. And then we also have a tight end named Walter Foster. For the injury report, Texas State is going to have their halfback out for the season, and their wide receiver is probable with a sprained ankle. Here we are for the first play of the game, and that is a good pass over the middle for a first down to Ashton Hawkins. Our defense needs to stand tall in this game, and that is a great play from Andrew Parker. Or no, it's Nick Hampton. I'm going to apologize now for the lag and the stuttering audio. I've tried to fix it a handful of times, and I have not been able to figure out how to do it. But that's an incomplete pass. The game has been completely fine for the whole rest of the Dynasty, and this week, for some reason, it is just not liking anything. And that is going to be fighting for a first, but he does not quite get it, and that's going to bring up the punt team. Good tackle from Logan Dublin. First play on offense for App State. We're going to run the ball with Cameron Peoples, and he's going to get pushed out for a gain of 4. Kind of in a little bit of a slump for Cameron Peoples of the last game or two. Has not had as good of games, and that is a big hit on him, as he only gains another 3. Third and short. Let's see what we can do about just kind of dropping this off. And he will hold on to it. That is a tight window to throw that pass. First and 10. Going to get back to the ground game. Try to run the ball up the middle with Peoples. And he gets some room. He has some space. And he's finally taken down after 24 yards. An absolutely explosive play from Cameron Peoples. And that is just absolutely going nowhere at all. We tried something tricky there. This is honestly probably one of the worst lag games I've had to play in a long time. And that is a nice pickup of 8. This would be huge if we were able to win like with these conditions too. And that is an open pass to Deshaun Davis, who's going to catch it and gets a nice spin and gets 14 yards in the first down. Very efficient offense so far for App State. See if we can put up some points on the board. See if we can hit him with a play action. And has really nothing open. Just going to see if we can go out of bounds, and he gets 8 yards. Chase Brice has been on quite the hot streak of the last game, having a really nice comeback in a lot of the games that we've played this year. And he just barely didn't get the first. Want to see if we can rely on a quick pass. And we can't. He drops the pass. Miller Gibbs hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. The coach wants us to go for it here. I don't know if I like our play call having 5 versus 5 on that, but we'll see what we get. And he has a nice hole up the middle, and he's going to get 6 yards for Cameron Peoples. That is excellent. The screen pass worked very well last time. We'll see if it works well again. And it looks like it will, as that is wide open real estate for Cameron Peoples, and that is a touchdown. 7-0 App State. If you guys didn't notice, I did mute the audio in the game because of the amount of stuttering. I didn't want you guys to have to deal with that for the whole game. Hopefully that will not continue past this game, but that is an excellent TFL for Palliant. 2nd and 13. Looks like it's going to be a run, and he is going to break a tackle and gets pushed out after the first. Horrible pursuit from Nick Ross. He just couldn't even get anywhere near him. Sending some pressure has seemed to be the way to go against this team. And that is and he breaks 2 tackles in, almost gets the first. We had so many guys that were right at the line of scrimmage. One of our best plays really has been this over Storm Brave. Oh, and our linebacker got leveled. And that is a great open field tackle from the Lumberjack, or else that could have been a huge gain. Try to mix it up, put a little bit of zone in here, even more. And that is a perfect pass to the Hawkins. That is just such a good throw against cover 2. We tried to have multiple guys over there on that corner, but that was just a perfect pass from their quarterback. And good tackle from Ronald Clark, but their running back is pretty shifty. See if we can expect some sort of halfback play here. It is a run with the quarterback, and he somehow gets the first. And here we go, 1st and goal, 5 wide. Looks like it's probably going to be a run and a huge hit from Nick Ross, and he's going to lose 3. An excellent play on defense for us on that last one. And that is a huge hit, and Ronald Clark's going to force the fumble. It's picked up by Trey Cobb, and the Lumberjack has struck again. Look at this massive hit. Ronald Clark just laying the lumber, and it's going to be App State football. Guys, could you imagine if Trey Cobb would have just picked that ball up and made that a scoop and score? That really could have been. There was nobody left. We're going to try to hand this off to the wide receiver, and he gets 6. Kind of got stuck on his own guard there. Wow, even their wide receiver was injured on that hit from how ferocious that was from the Lumberjack, but he will return soon. And that is just an excellent individual play by the defensive end to get him for a loss. That was going to be a 1st down. End of this first quarter is winding down pretty close. See if we can pick up the first. And that is a good throw to Caden Robinson. Gets a man to miss. Breaks a tackle, and he's finally taken down just before the 50. Good throw under pressure from Chase Bryce, and he got that between 2 defenders trying to swat that at the line. Second quarter of action here. App State leading 7-0. A good spin up the middle, and we're going to get 5 yards. I am very sorry for the lag. I don't know why it's so laggy in this game. 2nd and 5. See if we can get something either right up the middle. We might have to run with it. And, yep, we're just going to have to run with it. And he gets hit. I wanted to get out of bounds, but he did not and only got a yard out of it. Definitely never ideal taking a shot like that with your quarterback, especially if you are only getting a yard out of it. And that is a great throw to Cameron Peoples. And he's going to get an 11-yard completion. And a 1st down. We are moving the ball pretty well today. And that is a nice little move for 6 yards for Cameron. Try to run a little triple option here. See what they have in store for us. And just couldn't get the pitch off. He played that well on both sides. We're going to lose a yard. Coach wants us to run the double pivot play again. And that is a good throw over the middle. Christian Wells is wide open for 21 yards. And a 1st down, and we are right at the goal line. I guess by right at the goal line, I meant we're still 11 yards from the goal line. It looked a little closer. And we're going to try to fight for some yards, and we're only going to get about 2. Screenplay worked very well last time in this situation. Will it work again? And gets a move, and he's in for the touchdown. Cameron Peoples, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. And we are up 14-0 on Texas. So our defense with another takeaway on the year. We're at +5 in the turnover differential. And they're going to run the ball again with the running back, and he's going to stumble forward for about 6 more yards. It would be nice to be able to have some more plays on defense that work for us, but right now with the skill we have, we only have a few plays that really work. And that's going to pick up another 4, but just not quite enough for the first. It is 3rd and 1. Let's see what they have here. Looks like it's going to be a run, and he's going to break a tackle and get the first. Logan Dublin just couldn't wrap him up. They have only thrown the ball 4 times in this game so far. Is that absurd or what? And that is a great play. Not going to gain anything. Stephen Jones Jr. is there for the tackle. Looks like this cover 3, cover 6 has been working pretty well for us. They're going to dump that off to the running back, who's going to break 3 tackles, and he's out of bounds for 13. Oh my goodness. I don't know why we can't wrap up at all. I'm pretty sure they threw the ball backwards on that play and still gained 13. Like, our tackling is just not good. And that is a great throw. Definitely could have been an interception, but they weren't able to get it. He's going to gain 17. It was the right call for us to run man there, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. 1st and 10 again. Oh my goodness. And a huge hit for Ethan Johnson, but our tackling has been horrendous in this game. And that is a great tackle. They're going to lose 4 yards. Oh my, and it was right in Ethan Johnson's hands, and he didn't even attempt to get the interception, and that's going to be a first down. That's tough. That's the problem there. Have that freshman corner in there, and he's been making some plays that are fine, but other plays, it's not the best. And that is a horrible play, and they're going to lose 5 yards on that play. It was blown up, and then Dexter Lawson Jr. was able to capitalize on the missed tackle. They kind of got a great field position spotting on that. Like, I feel like I would almost want to challenge that. But they would say forward momentum was stopped. Oh, and Logan Dublin, you 100% could have intercepted that. I don't know why he tried to swat that down. Times like this, if there was no lag, could be a whole other story. And that is he just can't even animate for the interception there, but I was all over that. It's going to bring up 4th down. Texas State will try for the field goal to put them on the board. It is up, and it is good. A minute 44 left in the half. Can we get down the field and put up some points? That is the question. Oh, that could be intercepted, and for some reason, he wasn't even going to attempt to catch that ball. So, terrible pass. Tried to hit him with one of those deep passes. Let's just kind of keep doing what we're doing. Get our run game going. That is a good run. He's going to fight for some yards, and it's 3rd and 1. Little bit faster, and Cameron might have been able to take that even further. 3rd and 1. See if they can pick up this first, and looks like he will. Clock is running down to just under the minute now. Henry Pearson is going to fight forward for a first down and a gain of 12. Moving down the field very efficiently. Looks like nobody's covering Tyler Page again. But the move is to go to Stroman, and he steps out of bounds. He had so much room. That is a very disappointing play, as he had a lot of space and had blockers in front of him. They're going to just dump this off to Larkins, who's going to try to fight, and he gets pushed out. 3rd and 1. They only have 3 down linemen for some reason, while we have a ton of guys in the backfield, so we should hopefully be able to get this. And Cameron Peoples is going to push forward for a huge gain. Down under 40 seconds left. We're at the 25-yard line now. See what we can do. Hits him with a move, and Caden Robinson tries to get a move and just can't quite get there. Down to about 20 seconds left. We do not want to score too fast. That would be our main problem, is we're going to try to dump this off to Pearson, and he's going to fight for a few, and we'll call our first time out. 16 seconds left in the half. See what we can do. And there's a throw. Pearson's going to catch it, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1. We're going to have to call another timeout. And here we are, 3rd and 1. Try to run this one in, and he's wide open. That's a touchdown for Peoples, and we're up 21-3. 10 seconds left now, just seeing if we can keep them out of the end zone. We pass committed, and it was a run. We'll hope it won't burn us too bad. They won't get the first. Oddly enough, they call a timeout. Oh, I don't like this play call. And that is a drop. That was wide open. It could have been terrible. But at the half, we're going to be up 21-3. 1st and 10. Cameron's going to try to run the ball up the middle and gets about 3 more yards. And look at that. What would you know? Mr. Samuel's in here. And he breaks a tackle but gets sacked anyway. There was no time. 3rd and long. If we can hit him here. And that's a nice pass. Tyler Page is going to hold on to it. A great throw from Chase Bryce. He just threaded the needle right over the linebacker as he's being hit. And Tyler Page holds on. Moving the ball down the field again. See if we can hit him with a run play. The spin was not early enough, and we're only going to get 1. And that was a good dump off to Harrington, and he's only going to get a few for Dietrich. Chase Bryce has looked pretty solid today so far. See what we have here, and a good throw to Deshaun Davis, and that's a first down. Just taking the safe routes. Would be nice to be able to stretch the field at some point for this team, but right now we just don't have the players for it. And Cameron Peoples has a nice move, and he's down the sideline for 23 yards and finally pushed out of bounds. Gonna run the ball off with Peoples, gets some space and gets 8. See what we can do here. There's only 3 down linemen, and there's no read option for the running back, and that was just an all-out blitz. There was no option. It was gonna be a loss anyway. 3rd and 5. And sheds a tackle, and then just going to get sacked. Couldn't even throw it out of bounds. Very unfortunate for us, but we're going to have to settle for the field goal. It is up, and it is good. We definitely need some more sacks. I think we only have 1 sack with an outside linebacker for one of those recruits. And we don't really have many yards to the tight end, I want to say. And that is just a throw out of bounds. That was blanketed coverage by the defense. See what they have in store here is they really do need to score if they're going to do anything. That's a huge hit. Trey Cobb laying some hard hits. I feel like our momentum has definitely increased after that field goal. I can noticeably feel that our defense is playing better. We're trying to see if we can pump this crowd up. And that should be an interception, and it's almost picked by Ethan Johnson. And Deshaun Davis is going to return this kick. He has some space. Gets quite a lot of room, actually. And there's a flag. But he's still on his feet. He's going to be all the way in for the touchdown. But I wonder if this is going to come back. Clipping from Jackson Green. Here we go. Back on offense for App State. And that is an all-out blitz. I don't think almost anybody got blocked. That's insane. I mean, if they're going to hit us with all these blitzes, we're going to try to hit them with a screen again. I mean, the screens have been working very well for us. So we'll see if we can do it again. That is a good move from Cameron. He's going to break a tackle and gets 4. It seemed like more than 4, though. But 3rd and 10. Basically seems like almost nothing happened then. That's a good throw. Deshaun Davis has some space, and he's not going to get the first. Unfortunate. He couldn't turn upfield fast enough. He was wide open, but a great play from the corner to come down and make that tackle. 1st and 10 for Texas State as they're going to fight forward for a few more yards. They really need to start scoring on offense to have a chance in this game. Gotta stop. They have a little bit more momentum. They need to score. That's the only way that they're going to even have a chance of coming back. If we score again, that's going to be too much of a snowball. That is a perfect pass to the end zone for a touchdown. He just completely burnt. I'm pretty sure that was Dexter Lawson. Yes, that was Dexter Lawson got destroyed. We even moved him down a spot in corner, and he's still hurting us. So apparently I just need to stop talking about what they need to do because they just scored on the very next play as soon as I said that. So just not ideal for us as we're only going to get a yard there. 2nd and 9. And that's a good throw to Caden Robinson, and he's going to get the first. Robinson has been pretty solid for us today, averaging about 15 yards a catch. And they're going to run this one off to Bryce, and he's going to fight his way forward for another 8 yards. He just likes to fall forward. Just try a simple old stick play. That's a good throw to Caden Robinson. He's going to hold on to it. What a catch from Caden as he got leveled after that catch. We need to put up some points here, and then we can see if we can start milking some of this clock. And going to get some room, and Cameron Peoples is going to get 9 yards on the nice run. Here now in the 4th quarter of play. Up by a decent amount. I don't think he can get that. No, wow, that was excellent by the D tackle to kind of hold my guy in place that I couldn't get around my guard. 3rd and inches now. Good throw to Deshaun Davis, and he gets the first down for 7. Texas State really needs to be cheating up more than they have been for those pass plays. And we're just going to take it back across the field, and he's going to get 6. Everyone knew it was a run to the right, and he just cut back and had a nice open lane. 2nd and 4. Motion over one of our guys, and that's a wide open running lane, and he can't quite get into the end zone, but he is up over 100 yards on the day. Getting back out of his slump. Excel clock has now been turned on. We will see if we can kind of get this game up with a little quicker, and a great stiff arm, and he's in for the touchdown. Cameron Peoples, I'm pretty sure he has does he have every touchdown in this game? I'm pretty sure he might. 1st and 10 now for Texas State. They need some offense. Throws, it's intercepted by Ethan Johnson. And he's got some space. He has some room. Is he fast enough? He's not quite fast enough, but he gets all the way down to the 20-yard line. Ethan Johnson with an interception, and that's going to definitely seal this game. Seeing if we can run some more of this clock out. And Cameron's going to get a few more yards. Motioning Robinson over. Gonna fight forward for another 6-yard gain. 1st and goal. See what they have in store for us here. Looks like we got some space to the outside. He can't power through him. We tried to truck him. They do not have a nose tackle in on this play, which could work out well for us. And it does not. That's going to be a 1-yard gain. Here we go. 3rd and goal. We've drained this down to under the 3-minute mark. We're trying to run up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Cameron Peoples gets his 3rd. I'd say one more possession here. If we get a stop, we'll put the backups in, and that will pretty much end it. We're going to run the ball, and doesn't get hardly anything. Gets 4. Have they given up? I feel like you have to be passing here. You can't be running the ball. Like, that's just not going to get you anything. And it is intercepted by Nick Ross. A user interception. See if we can get something here, and he's just not fast enough. He ran out of stamina, and he was going to have that return. But another interception, as Nick Ross has his team leading 3rd. And like I said, now the backups are in, so we'll run this play, and then I'll see you guys at the end of the game. But Dietrich Harrington has some space, and he's going to get 10 yards. And that is going to end it 38-10. App State is going to get their win over the conference rivals, Texas State. This one was not even close pretty much from the beginning as we dominated in the run game. Our defense was stellar, and we were able to hold their stars to really not be able to do much of anything on either side of the ball. Chase Bryce had a fantastic game, but Cameron Peoples, 5 touchdowns in this game. That's insane. 5 touchdowns and 190 total yards. That is just an animal. We were able to feed him and get the win that way. So for stats, again, Chase Bryce, 23 for 25, 249 and 2 touchdowns, 92% completion percentage. He was absolutely lights out in this game. But Cameron Peoples, oh, that's just a fantastic game. You couple that with his receiving yards, also leading the team in receptions and yards and touchdowns, that's just crazy. But, I mean, Caden Robinson and Deshaun Davis really starting to heat up as well, being able to be used more in this offense, which is nice. Defensively, we had quite a few TFLs. Dexter Lawson getting in on the action. He did get burnt for that terrible touchdown. But 2 interceptions, that's gonna achieve one of the goals for our defensive backs for the recruit visit, which is awesome. We just weren't able to get the deflections goal. And so after advancing from the last game against Texas State, this week we're going to be playing against Old Dominion University, but we did have another commit, Fabian Willis, the safety. Looks like he did commit to our program after that game, which was huge, in a battle with a couple other players, and we did lose the D-tackle Glenn Miller to UNLV, which is sad. Taking a look at the top 25 here, now this week, Michigan is still up at number 1, Duke surprisingly at number 2, which is insane. Looking at some of the other ones, NC State lost against North Carolina and dropped to 8. Kentucky still climbing. Ohio State lost and dropped. USC, after a big loss to Minnesota, dropped way back. And with that last win, it actually now puts us into the top 50. Along with also Cameron Peoples had our first player of the week with his massive 5-touchdown game. So taking a look at recruiting over the past week for Mike Mayhew, that gem defensive end, looks like it's going to be really tough for us to get him. Our best bet is to hope that Coastal Carolina or Charlotte knocks us out of the list, and then we can, once we level up our coach, we can buy that upgrade to be able to break back in, which should put us basically even, and hope that we can survive long enough to make it through to the off season and get him. But it's going to be a little tough. Heath Whaley, probably not going to happen, but hopefully we can survive to the end of the off season as well. Tim Cox we should have next week, which is going to be awesome. Josh Walker is now able to come see us for a visit. And lastly, Jamel Setzer, looks like we're in a pretty solid position to be able to get him too. So that's going to about wrap it up for this video. We're going to be playing against Old Dominion in the next one, which will be a close game for us as they are 6-3 and also in our conference as well. So make sure you guys stick around for that one, and we'll see how that one moves as we're getting closer and closer to the postseason. And at 7-1, we might be getting pretty close to having a real good bowl game. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We're building this community together, so if you have any feedback for me, just drop a comment below and let me know. I try my best to read every comment in the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content and want to know when the next video drops. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.